afternoon, highly esteemed Principal Father Roshan Baha, our esteemed professors, and my loving companions present over here. It's a both privilege and a profound honor for me to stand before you all on this significant occasion of the anniversary of our India's greatest visionaries, Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, fondly known as Baba Sahib Ambedkar. So as we celebrate his birth anniversary, we do more than commemorate the life of a remarkable individual, and we rekindle the flame of justice, equality and humanity that he lit. And today we will be asking ourselves a vital question, that what does Dr. Ambedkar mean to us today? So beforehand, I would like to speak about Dr. Ambedkar's journey from the margins to the mainstream. So Dr. Ambedkar was born on 14 April 1890 in Mahoo, Madhya Pradesh in a Bahar family, which was a community then labeled as untouchable. Despite being brilliant and hardworking, from the very beginning he had to face cruel realities of the caste-based discrimination, though he refused to be denied by his circumstances. And his father instilled in him the value and the importance of education, and which he had embraced throughout his life. And he had completed his higher education in the Columbia University, USA, and in the London School of Economics, he earned doctorates in economics, law, and political science. Dr. Ambedkar's contribution to India are so vast that they cannot be summarized in few words. Yet, we must reflect on his core legacies to understand his enduring importance in shaping modern India. So, as I said that we won't be able to read out his whole journey, we will be summarizing few of the important points. Firstly, the architect of the Indian Constitution. He was appointed as the chairman of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution in 1947. He crafted a constitution which was not only revolutionary at that point of time, but remains so even today. Under his guidance, India became sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic republic. Through constitution, he abolished untouchability. Secondly, champion of social justice, he dedicated his whole life fighting caste discrimination. His movements were a milestone in the fight of Dalit empowerment. He believed that political democracy is incomplete without social democracy. His writings, speeches, and activism exposed the deep injustice of the caste system and demanded dignity for all. Thirdly, advocate for women's rights. He was always ahead of his time, advocating for gender equality. He introduced Hindu Code Bill in Parliament, which proposed equal rights for women in marriage, inheritance and property. Though it was not passed during his tenure, it laid the foundation for future reforms in personal laws. Fourthly, economic visionary. As an economist, Ambedkar's ideas on land reform, labor rights and industrialization were progressive. He was instrumental in the formation of Reserve Bank of India, which is also known as RBI. So now, getting back to the central theme of my speech, why is Dr. Ambedkar still relevant today? We live in a world that claims to be modern, progressive and globalized, yet we are confronted with widening inequalities, identity-based conflicts, economic exclusion and systematic injustice. So, in such a world, Dr. Ambedkar's thoughts and actions continue to resonate profoundly. There are few points which are to be noted. Firstly, fighting discrimination in new forms. While the Constitution banned untouchability decades ago, caste-based discrimination persists in many forms. In education, let it be employment, housing, and even matrimonial alliances. The rise of digital media has revealed the continuing oppression faced by marginalized communities. Secondly, empowering the marginalized. His ideas on affirmative actions are more relevant than ever, helping to uplift the historically oppressed. The recent debates on reservations and social justice must remember Ambedkar's vision that equality is not about treating everyone the same, but about ensuring equity and justice. Thirdly, reclaiming democracy. Around the world, we are witnessing a crisis in democracy. If we wish to maintain democracy not merely in form but also in fact, we must hold on to constitutional methods. So apart from this, what can we do as students? Firstly, read, listen and reflect. Secondly, speak up against injustice. If there is injustice going on around our surroundings and we are just visually watching, or we can simply say as youngsters of nowadays do, making videos and all. So apart from this, what we can do is take up actions against it. Thirdly, promote equality in actions. As I said, in action, not just in words or through words. And fourthly, be agents of change. If possible, joining some lead initiative groups. So lastly, the main motive will be living the Ambedkarian dream. And we can pay the true tribute today through our actions, attitudes and aspirations. So this is all from my side. I thank Vipin sir for giving me this beautiful opportunity to present myself before you all. Thank you so much.